Monster Mile. There's the leader, Matt Kenseth. We are being told that the leader should be on pit road sometime in the next 6 or 7 laps.
See racing going on right here. It's Matt Kenseth up there, but watch this pass right here. Kyle Busch ran up on the 41 car resource and trying to pass Jimmy Johnson. Little 3-wide action through the middle right there coming off turn 4. That looked easy right there, but I'll assure you that's a lot closer when you're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, nice little move by Jimmy Johnson. Said, I've seen this wreck before. I'm not going to be a part of it. That's 9th and 10th, by the way. Johnson had Kyle Busch.
Blow it up. Blow it up. Fine reminder of 06.
Uh-oh, you see smoke. Smoke coming out of this 18 car. And he's saying he's blowing up. That's a bad sign. Wow. He'd just been passed. Oh, got trouble with
88
tire blow right there. Yeah, the right rear tire's going on the 88 car.
Stay low there. Stay low. Just a little quarter plano damage. He'll be fine. You ain't gonna tear it up. Go ahead.
4th caution flag today, and it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. As you mentioned, he was struggling mightily with the car backsliding in the field. Now the tire comes apart.
Yeah, that does put him a lap down. Now, he was trying to stay ahead of Matt Kenseth and not lose a lap there, but seen Juder up on the high side right here, trying to stay ahead of Matt Kenseth, who's down on the bottom. He got a good run off the corner there to stay ahead. You can see him get a little bit loose right there, though.
Yeah, he knows he's got a problem. Then the tire finally lets go.
Able to keep it out of the wall. Just got a little damage from that tire coming apart. He's almost back to pit road now.
Yeah, there it comes. Tire completely goes away. Didn't hit the wall.
He slowed down just enough to stay out of trouble when it did blow.
It heard him talk about chatter in that right rear end. He said he was apparently using that tire up a little beyond what it was capable of.
Yeah, that's obvious that the car was loose because that right rear tire was the first thing to give trouble.
And the 18 car, Kyle Busch, you heard him saying that coming apart, and obviously smoke billowing out now from the exhaust.
Yeah, they got a real problem here that's not going to get better. It's just going to get worse.
It'll blow up after this restart.
That's a pretty good prediction.
Yeah, wow. This team that was on top of the world coming into the chase.
Yeah, they were bulletproof through much of the regular season. Now they finished 34th at New Hampshire and may have an abysmal finish today. Here are the leaders coming down pit road. Mike.
Matt Kenseth came over the radio and said he needs more grip, but he urged Chip Bowen to not make him loose off. They're going to go to work on the left side. They'll make a left side adjustment. The wrench is in, making a track bar adjustment, a 4-tire change. Jamie?
Mark Martin a little free, he said, but they know this track is going to tighten up. No adjustments, 4 tires for Mark Martin. Dave?
Jamie McMurray gives up 2nd position. They'll make a 4-tire change. Fill it full of Sunoco fuel. He said it wasn't way tighter, but definitely tighter. That'll be an air pressure change. Now, the 18 of Kyle Busch is on pit road as well. They want a track bar and air pressure adjustment. 4 tires for him. They don't go under the hood this time. Still interpreting what Kyle meant exactly by blowing up and smoke coming out of it, guys. That usually means it's not got a long day ahead of it.
Yeah, not a good day for Kyle Busch. Edwards up a couple of spots. McMurray back 4. We'll update what's going on with Kyle Busch and that big cloud as he left pit road after this message and a word from our ABC stations. My, how quickly the complexion of a championship can change. The 18 car, almost bulletproof through the regular season, now has problems for the 2nd week in a row. We'll show you what might be going on with Kyle Busch as we head down to our Chevy cutaway car and Tim Brewer.
Thank you, Jerry. Last week when we were in Loudon, when the driver tells you the sway bar came undone, believe it. When a guy tells you, hey, I've smelt a burnt piston, I can smell engine oil burning, when those guys tell you that, believe what's going on, because, folks, these guys, they've run these things enough. But, you know, when we go back to an engine problem right here, maybe it's the valve spring area in here that's got the valve down, and maybe into the piston area. But when you see that smoke coming out of the exhaust pipes, what's happening right there? Some part of the valve or the piston is opened up and letting oil coming back up through here, and it's therefore pumping it out the exhaust port. That's the reason you see the smoke coming out the tailpipes. Guys?
My question is, what do you do about it, and what is Kyle saying? Let's listen to what he has to say.
Yeah, it's still running. I mean, there's oil in the cockpit coming through the breather and oil tank and all that.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing just getting out of line. He was in 11th spot in front of a lot of good cars, and so he's just going to drop to the back and let this thing do whatever it's going to do.
There's J.D. Gibbs. And DJ, would you consider bringing the car in, or guys, is there anything you can do by bringing it in the garage and not letting it just come completely apart?
No, there's really nothing that you can do. You're just going to run it and see how long it may last as we go back to green. Matt Kenseth, our leader. Carl Edwards came out second. Mark Martin third.
They set sail, and the question is, how long will the 18 engine last? Got to be ticking here for the guy who was the winningest, has been the winningest driver of the year. There's the 18 car on the bottom of the racetrack.
You know, Andy, when it's running around slow is when that really loads up a lot more and you see a lot more of the smoke. The car's not running right now, but you don't really see the smoke.
Yeah, that vacuum, the high vacuum in the engine pulls that smoke out at idle. Once you run full throttle, and not as much of that oil comes up through that exhaust port like we saw what Tim Brewer showed us. That probably is a crack in the piston, and it's not. Oh,
Whoa,
Junior's got problems here too.
Earnhardt Jr. goes up across the racetrack and nearly catches the 18. By the way, Earnhardt Jr. after the cut tire, back on and off pit road, he is a lap down in 36th position.
Well, Junior's car is really bad today. He struggled a lot with the handling of that thing.
It's really surprising after what we saw in practice yesterday. We thought that was going to be a pretty decent car. But if they made any adjustments from practice, it obviously was not the right thing to do.
He's just so twitchy through the corner.
You're running so fast here, you can't afford to have anything off. You see these two Rouse cars up front there. They're not having any problems. Greg Biffle is not far behind those guys. And they've got actually got four of the top six are Rouse Fenway cars. If you get off just a little bit, as fast as you are and as fast as you go off into these corners, you're just going to have a long, long day.
Carl Edwards was the fastest car in the happy hour practice session yesterday afternoon, but he has yet to lead a lap today. We've had three different leaders, two lead changes. We just joined our coverage. Jeff Gordon led the first 30 laps. Jamie McMurray ran him down and led the next 35. And since then, it has been Matt Kenseth. By virtue of a great pit stop, put him out front. He has led now the last 87 laps.
You have to believe that Carl Edwards likes what he sees right now. He's got himself from 22nd up to second. He dodged a potential disaster back early in the race when he had a car spin right in front of him. Got a little left front fender damage, but doesn't seem to be bothering him. He knows the 18 by now is having problems. He's ahead of the 48, so he's sitting in a pretty good position right now.
07 and 44. Clint Boyer making a move. David Ruderman has stayed right there, 5th, 6th, 7th the entire race thus far.
Yeah, the guys are doing a good job. He's doing a great job on the racetrack, and they're doing a nice job in the pits for David today. Shannon?
Yeah, and the car is still pretty good for David Ruderman. Just an air pressure adjustment on that last pit stop. He said, guys, I need just a little bit of help get through those turns, and I'm just a little loose on entry. But other than that, guys, that 44 is fast today.
He is very fast, and right behind them, behind this battle, in 9th, 10th, and 11th, Kevin Harvick is there. The 29, Jimmy Johnson is there, and the 31 of Jeff Burton.
They're trying to work their way by Robbie Gordon. He's been kind of tough to pass today.
He has, and once again, he's not doing anything wrong. He's just up on that high side and giving the guys the bottom, but he gets such a strong run on the exit of the corner, it makes it difficult for him to pass him.
I'll bet you if you ask Robbie Gordon, he said, you know, my mission today is not to let anybody pass me. That's why I'm out here racing. I want to be the first guy to get to 400 laps.
Well, that's the object, but yeah, we got a problem with the 84 car, maybe having a problem blowing up too.
Yeah, caution's out.
A.J. Allmendinger.
Ease it around. We got a yellow.
Lap 156, caution for the 5th time today. Didn't sound like the car was running when he came by. We saw the big plume or big puff of smoke come out of it as he exited the backstretch.
Yeah, just to update, Kyle Busch is still running. Really no smoke from his car. Bobby Labonte's going to get the free pass here.
Looking at Kyle Busch, what are the chances? I mean, you've been down there before. You've been in the race cars, DJ, and what are the chances that he could make it for 400 laps?
Not good.
Could you be a little more specific?
Well, it's going to be hard for him to finish the race if it's got a problem internally, which it obviously does. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse as we go along.
Yeah, just depending on exactly what that is, it could be something that will allow him. Obviously, they're not totally up to speed, but he may be able to run enough just to stay in there. You know, if he falls out right now, he's looking at finishing 42nd, so he could stay out there and get himself somewhere in the top 20.
Best case scenario, it won't get any worse. It's not going to get better.
Right.
It's not good right now. And we'll see these guys come down pit road right here Possibly. They've not run too many laps, but man, these guys will probably want tires real bad. Matt Kenseth will be the one that'll kind of everybody will key off of.
Think anybody will think about 2 tires here if they do come to pit road?
I think they would if they come down.
They pitted 12 laps ago. Remember, they all pitted on lap 145. This is 157.
Well, they're kind of staying behind. Matt Kenseth decided not to pit, so they're staying out. You see some of these guys coming down.
They'll get the signal 2 to go to the green flag. We'll take a break and come back and catch the green at Dover. You're watching ESPN on ABC.